easy to go, oh, stop it, you're being a jerk, whatever. But it's like a life or death for her, right? Like when that dog popped out of nowhere, she just, it's gonna kill me, right? Like she's just completely lost it, and spent the rest of this session really more fearful than she would have been, right? Just amped up and really worried, and you can see it in the breathing and the panting, and the quicker glances and the needing more space. And if we were to compare, so any of the footage from today, and you look at the little clips we got last time, or the nice clip, the one of her looking pretty calm last time, and look at her body language comparatively, and you'll see a big difference. So this whole time she's kind of going, I hope that dog doesn't come out and kill me, right? Like, I really, good girl. And there's just a lot of emotion and a lot of fear there, right? And that was spooky, right? He did pop up out of nowhere.
Yep.
Thank God he didn't like bark a whole bunch, and it could have been worse if he really, made a fuss out of things, but he was just kind of checking her out, but scared the pants off her, right? Like, and then we go right into that kind of fight or flight mode. So we see both sides of it. But what that does is create this thing called trigger stacking. So trigger stacking, we can walk back towards your car now. We're going to stick clear of that fence. We don't run into that dog again. Let's go get a drink and relax. And you can go sniff all of work if you want. Trigger stacking is something that happens with people too. It's like this, you're having a bad day thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you like, little things go wrong, and then you end up blowing up over something kind of silly or whatever, right? It's the cumulative effect of stress, right? Or in this case, there's a big blow up, right? So it's more like, yeah, you're on a car ride and somebody almost kills you, and then you're a little nervy for the rest of the ride, right? And you're maybe gonna, be quicker to hit the brakes or be quicker to whatever. You're just a little bit hypervigilant or a little bit worried. It's okay. So that's what happens with the dogs, right? So when we have a big blow up, when we go over threshold, when we get really stressed, now we're just, right? Like, and it takes a while for that to go back down. And with practice and over time, that what we call recovery time, where she gets back to her, sort of her normal or her baseline, gets shorter, right? Shorter and shorter and shorter. But right now it's pretty long. So like she actually handled that pretty well. She was able to work. Like I wasn't sure for a minute if we were going to have to call the whole thing off. But we definitely saw a more stressed out dog, and we had to be really conscientious, right? Like there was a reason I didn't go a lot closer. There was a reason we didn't push it too far, because she couldn't have handled it in the way that she could have done at the last session. So when the reason that, well, it matters for a lot of reasons, but in your day-to-day life with a dog, the reason it matters is when you're just out and about with her. You want to see it? It's all over here. You're just not feeling this over it. Almost really keep on. Be free to sniff. No, I can't. No. All right, you have some water for her? Yep. Get her a drink. Yeah, sniff. You're good. So trigger stacking happens in real life, right? Like you'll be out, she'll hear a dog bark, or she'll see a dog, or she'll see your neighbor's dog, or whatever. And it has these residual effects on behavior. And that's just how it is, right? There's nothing we can do about that other than, over time it gets shorter. But what we can really do, and sort of our job in that moment, is to remember that happened and go, okay, we're going to make accommodations, right? We're going to take it easier, right? We're going to, whatever. In this case, we're going to be further away from the dogs we're working with, or we're going to, move a little bit slower. We're going to do a lot more treats on the ground, because we know that helps calm her down. We're not going to just pretend that didn't happen and expect her to behave the way she would have behaved if that hadn't happened, right? And sometimes we get in this little bit of a thing, just relax, I love you, you're such a sweet girl, it's okay. Sometimes we get in a bit of a mindset where we think behavior happens in a vacuum, right? Like, so whatever, okay, calm down. Whatever the dog is, what she was able to do yesterday, she should be able to do every single day, right? And we get a little bit like, well, the other day you were able to see that dog from that distance and you were fine. And today you're having a blow up, and what's your problem? And we're not thinking about, oh, she did hear a dog barking its head off, 15 minutes ago, right? It all fluctuates. And so as a handler with this dog, when we're trying to work with her, we have to keep that in mind. And we have to go, what happened this morning? Did we have a stressful morning? Did we have a boxer pop out 10 feet behind us and blow her up, right? Yes, we did. Did we have dogs barking and kids screaming? Sure, right? when we have that flexibility of thinking, we can better support them and then help them be successful, right? So if I had gone, that doesn't matter, we're going to do the same thing we did at the last session, fails the dog, right? Like, she wouldn't have been able to do the same amount of things that we did at the last session. And we probably would have pushed her to have another blow up, which is not our goal, right? We don't try to get through life without there being a blow up. It happens, right? Like, this kind of stuff happens in real life. That's one of the reasons why we do controlled setup so much. But when they do happen, we make